Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Karen's Kitchen. I would have come on a little sooner, but I haven't been feeling very well today. I'm a little bit under the weather, but I thought I would come on anyway because I'm hungry for soup, and I thought maybe the soup would help me feel better. When you got a bad cold like I've got again, it kind of sets me down, takes me down real low, and I'm not feeling the greatest. But I want to come in here, and hi, Vanita, good to see you. And I want to come in here anyway, and I wanted to do this. I'm going to go ahead and, hi, Tammy, good to see you. And there's my daughter. Hi, sweetie. Good to see you as well. I'm sorry that if I start coughing, if I start coughing, it's the signs of, my cold's getting to me. So I'm hoping I don't. Yeah, me too. Well, with the exception of the cold, I'm okay. But my cold has kind of kept me down today, and that's why I didn't come in until now. Alexis just messaged me a few minutes ago and finding out if I was going to come on or not. And I said, yeah, I was. But I wanted to do all the prep work before I came in here, so I'm not standing here doing it while I'm doing this, because I want you to get the benefit of what I'm doing here. So, okay. And I'm going to put this down just a little, get it as close to my Instapot as I can get it. Without cutting my head off. Okay, and I'm going to tell you what I'm putting in here as I'm putting it in here. It calls for 3 cups of vegetable broth, but thank you. It calls for 3 cups of vegetable broth. I think I'll move it back just a little. 3 cups of vegetable broth and 1.5 cups of water, but I decided to put 4 cups of broth in and 1/2 cup of water because I like it real creamy. So I'm going to put all this broth in here. We know there's 4 cups of broth in here. You don't have to measure it. This is just a brand new container I just opened up. Then I've got the 1/2 cup of water. I don't know why they wanted you to add water to it too, but I'll just go ahead and do what they said. All right. You can see I've got all my vegetables up here all taken care of. Yeah, I've got a cold and I wanted some vegetable soup, so I'm doing it. Let's see. And I put my garlic cloves in with my onions. I already did those already. So I'm gonna dump all this stuff in here because I've got them all ready to go. The onions I chopped real fine, but the rest of the vegetables I chopped them, kind of rough chopped them. I should have probably done the same thing with the onion, but when I get that onion chopper out, I really go to town with that. So I'm just gonna put everything in here. There's no certain semblance of order or anything. Just all go in here. Carrots. I have 4 carrots, 4 stalks of celery. I didn't walk real early this morning. I walked when it was 40 degrees, so it was too, they're going to have to deal with it. And this called for 5 Yukon Gold potatoes. Well, I have 2 great big huge russet potatoes, so I just went ahead and used those instead of the Yukon Gold because I've got humongous potatoes. Okay. Okay, now a teaspoon of, I need this. I better put this in here. Better not forget this. Diced tomatoes. And these are organic, and these were petite diced tomatoes. And then I need 1 teaspoon of, dried oregano. Yeah, my daughter, she really looks out for me. She really does. She doesn't want me doing anything that's going to, make me really sick. And I understand that. Okay, and 1 teaspoon of thyme. Oh, I can smell this already. It hasn't even cooked, and you can already smell the seasonings are going to really make this good. Really going to make this good. This is going to be a good vegetable soup. I love vegetable soup anyway, and I've been wanting to find one for the Instapot, and I had one already in my recipes, and I started looking through soups, and I found it, and I thought I might as well just go ahead and do this. And let's see, 1/2 teaspoon of onion powder. Okay, I want to make sure I get the right amount. I don't want to put too much in there. 1/2 teaspoon. Yeah, it is. It is looking yummy already before I even started up. Yes, it is. I can smell it with the seasoning and everything in there already. Okay, and I don't have the fresh parsley either, so I'm not worrying about that. And I'll just put about a teaspoon of salt in there. I don't have the fresh parsley. I probably could just put in some dried parsley, but I wouldn't know how much to put in. So, and it's got 2 bay leaves, and I've got those right here. And these you have to cook. These you have to take out after it's in there. I think that gives it extra flavor. And then I don't use pepper either. Okay, and now I gotta see how long I have to put this in there for. 10 minutes. So that isn't very long. It's gonna take a little while to build up the pressure though. Let me get this plugged in. I like that R2-D2. Listen to that. Okay. Now let's see how far, if I have any struggle with this. Like Alexa did. There, I got it. All right. Now, let's see, I have to put it on manual. I'll do custom. And then time. And then down 10 minutes. So I got to cook 10 minutes, but it's going to take a little time to come up to pressure. So, I'll turn it this way. So, hi, Alexis. I'm making a good vegetable soup in my quick cooker. You know, I love this thing. So I just got it, just got the lid on. And at first I was struggling to put the lid on too, and I thought, well, I'm having trouble like Alexis, so I just turned it too far. So, because I am not feeling the best in the world, and I thought this vegetable soup will really taste good on a day when it's on the cool side, and I don't feel the best anyway. And like I said, this is an Instant Pot one, but any recipe for the Instant Pot will work in this quick cooker. It's all geared that way. This is actually an Instant Pot. It's just a different brand. Is all it is. Oh, you want to buy the half pressure cooker and half crock pot. See, this is also a slow cooker as well. It doesn't take very, I don't use the slow cooker part because I don't have a family. But that's why I'm doing this vegetable soup. I thought, well, it's going to take some time to get the pressure, but once it gets to pressure, then it'll cook for 10 minutes, and then I just leave it natural release for 10 minutes, and then I manually the rest of it. So that won't be too long. But I didn't want to stand over the stove for, hours. Well, a long time when you cook it. You could do this recipe on the stove too, because they have a stovetop recipe as well. And I know a lot of people that don't have a quick cooker or an Instant Pot, that's what they'll do. They'll put it on the stove. But yeah, just before I came in here, Alexis wanted to know if I was going to come in. I said, yeah, I'm coming in, because she'd fallen asleep yesterday and didn't get to watch my Periscope yesterday. She had taken a nap. And I don't blame you for that, Alexis. You might as well, when you had your day off, might as well enjoy it. So, but she did watch the replay, and I'm glad of that. But this is such a nice thing to have. I really enjoy this. I still use my pots and pans, however. I do that. Once you got your Instant Pot, you stop using your air fryer. I don't even have an air fryer. Now, I know Alexis has got an air fryer. She's got the quick cooker. She's also got the rock crock, which she used on her Periscope this morning, because I watched her make her. Oh, that tomato soup looked absolutely delicious. Oh, my goodness, it really did. She roasted the tomatoes in her oven, and then she put them in her rock crock on the stove and made a nice roasted tomato and basil soup. Wow, that really looked good. Oh, you had a 9 p.m. meeting last night? Well, that's a late meeting, Alexis. Wow. 9 o'clock my time. I had already fallen asleep before that. I get so tired sometimes, and I don't even hear Periscopes when they come on. And one I usually listen to, I went to on my phone to see if she'd come on, and she had. I missed her because I had fallen asleep. Yep, I'm a grandma and I'm cooking. You're right. Oh, thank you. I do a lot of cooking, but I love this, especially on a day like this when it's cool outside, and I'm not feeling the best anyway. This is ideal to do I'm doing a vegan vegetable soup. And I'll tell you what I have in it. in case those that don't know, you came on late. It has, I've got 4 cups of broth in here and half a cup of water. Instead of 3 cups of broth and a cup and a half of water, I changed it up. It's got 4 garlic cloves in my garlic press, 1 medium onion, 5 Yukon Gold potatoes, but I had 2 great big huge russet potatoes, and I thought, well, they're big enough, so I'll use those. 4 celery stalks, 4 medium carrots, 1 15-ounce can of diced tomatoes, 1 teaspoon of dried oregano, dried thyme, a half a teaspoon of onion powder. It's supposed to be a handful of fresh parsley, but I don't have that, so I left that out. 2 bay leaves, and salt and pepper to taste. That's what it has in it. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. That's what it has in it. I've had this recipe for a while, and I just started going through my recipes, and I thought, well, what can I make today that everybody would like to watch me make? Because vegetable soup is so good for you, and you don't have to be a vegan to like it either. Fix this any way you want, you know. It's going to really be good. It's going to be tasty, especially on the cold days like it is. You know, my daughter says, don't walk the dogs when it's cold. Well, it was 32 when I got up this morning, so I didn't walk them till it was 40. And it was still cold enough. The wind was starting to blow, so I probably shouldn't have been out there then either. But colds, I hate colds this time of year. Seems like I get them all the time. I get rid of one, which I got over Christmas time, and then I end up getting another one back a couple months later. Can't win for losing. I seem to get those things all the time. Those colds must like me, I tell you. They really do. They really like me because I get them too much. Oh, yeah, right. You're right. You're right, dear. I won't. If I'm feeling this way, they're going to have to skip it. They're going to have to forget about it because I'm not going to walk them if I feel this way. Yeah, I imagine it would be a heat wave for you guys in Chicago, especially when you're used to well below 0, you know, 0 degrees and below. Oh my goodness, wind chill. Believe me, I grew up in the state of Indiana. It was always cold in the winter there. Northern Indiana, it was not uncommon to get a real bad winds in the winter. It'd be 30, 40 degrees below 0 with the wind chill. That was very, very cold. So I know what being in cold weather is all about. I don't enjoy it. You know, here in Oregon, we don't get near that right now, and I'm glad of that. Yes, I decided, Alexis made soup this morning, so I decided, well, I'm going to make a vegetable soup because it'll taste good on a day like this when it's on the cold side, and I love vegetable soup anyway. So this is going to be a good soup. It's got all good things in it. And but actually, soup is good all year round, but especially on a cool day like today. Yep, it is a good day for soup. Especially on a cool day, or any day, actually, it's good. You know, I'm not saying I never have it in the summer, because I have had soup in the summer already. I just don't like standing over the stove, and that's where this comes in handy. You know, just more or less like set it and forget it. Wait for your timer to go off, and then you take care of it after that. So, but since I'm talking to you, I can't set it and forget it. I'm here standing to you and talking to you, but I know it's going to be a real good soup when it comes out. It's going to be fabulous. It looks so good, and it smells good already with all the seasonings in it, the thyme and the oregano and the onion powder. I use those seasonings a lot, so I got to keep replenishing them because I run out so often. But that's good, you know. They're very good seasonings. A lot of those seasonings are really good for you. They really are, especially like cumin. Cumin is a real good one to, that's powerful. You want to be careful how much cumin you use, and turmeric. Oh my goodness. You can overpower yourself with cumin and turmeric. Anything you make, I've done that already. And I've put too much cumin and stuff and too much turmeric, and once you put it in, you can't take it out. And I thought, oh my goodness. Whew. So you got to be real careful. So when I measure that out, I make sure I measure it correctly, properly, and don't put too much in. I make sure I look at it twice to make sure I'm not putting more in than what it calls for, because that stuff is very potent. Cumin and turmeric both. Turmeric is more for color than anything. I use that in my tofu scramble, things that I want a little bit of color to. You know, vegan cheese, you can use turmeric in it too to kind of give it that color. But the nutritional yeast gives it that cheesy flavor, so I use that as well. But you got to be real careful. They're real beneficial, but you got to be careful on how much you use. I know I've watched a lot of videos, YouTube videos, where they're making something and they really don't measure things out. They just kind of guess at what they're putting in there. And I'm thinking, I can't do that. I have to measure things out because I'm going to get it wrong if I don't measure it out. Yes, it is real good for inflammation. You're right. It's real good. But these people say, well, I'll guess it's about a teaspoon. I'm thinking, well, unless you measure it out, you're not really going to know for sure. That's what they have measuring spoons for. Just, it doesn't take that much to measure out a teaspoon or a half a teaspoon or a tablespoon or whatever it is you're putting in there. How much you need. It doesn't take that long to measure it out. I would rather measure it out and do it right than not measure it out and have it all wrong. You know, people love to take curves, I guess. I have made guacamole. There's one I made a while back on Periscope. It's been quite a while now, but I found it on Pinterest, and it has tomatoes in it, avocado. It's very, very good. Yes, and I take my tortilla chips and dip them in guacamole. I don't eat it a lot, however, but it is good. I like that a little bit better than salsa. Pesto I tried once, and I didn't really like that well. My daughter told me, she says, well, Mom, I didn't think you liked the pesto afterwards. Well, I thought I'd try it. Feta cheese. Oh, well, I don't eat any cheese. All my cheese is vegan. I don't eat any dairy at all. No meat, no cheese. I don't drink any dairy milk. So if I make any cheese, it's all vegan cheese. I make cheese sauce with potatoes and carrots in it, which is real good for you. So I make that kind of tomato sauce on. And then Erlene's not in, or to me, cheese sauce. Erlene's not in here. She must be out with Brandon. So, but anyway, I really do enjoy finding recipes. You know, and I was on Pinterest and I couldn't find anything. I wasn't feeling very good anyway. And I thought, oh, shoot. I'm just going to go through my recipes and see what I can find for a soup. I figured people aren't going to mind it. I'm using the quick cooker again. And when I found the vegetable soup, I says, yep, I'll do that. And there's also lentil chili I'm going to try sometime too. Sounds really fabulous. Lentil chili. Of course, that red lentil spinach soup that I saw in the quick cooker cooking guide, I want to do eventually too. But I can smell that stuff. Oh man, I can really smell the oregano. It's really wafting in here. Hi, Chris. Good to see you. It's really wafting in this kitchen, you know. I can really, really smell it. That's going to really make the soup, you know, over the top. You know, without spices, it'd be so bland. But with the spices, that's really going to make it a lot better. You know, with thyme and oregano in it, your onion powder. It's got onions in it too, and your carrots and celery and potatoes. Oh, you smell it in San Francisco? Well, believe me, if you were where I was at, you'd really be smelling it too. I'm really smelling that oregano. It's really, it's really wafting in the kitchen. But that's okay. It's a good smell, you know. And I put 4 garlic cloves in it. They were great big, huge garlic cloves. So I cut them up about 3 different times. Cut them in thirds so I could put them through the garlic press. Because the older you get, the garlic press seems to be a little bit harder to push the handles. So I thought, well, I'll just make them a little smaller so I can get it all out. And I did. I got it real well. So, and they were great, big, huge. Oregon. Yeah, it's Oregon. Yeah, Oregon. A lot of people mispronounce it. You know, I just say it real fast. Oregon. You know, I don't really probably pronounce it the way you're supposed to pronounce it. But, you know, welcome to Periscope for the very first time. But I really enjoy it here. We don't get real bad weather. We can, but we don't get it that often. You know, see, it's amazing that we haven't got the bad winter this year, because I was waiting for us to get it. Maybe I shouldn't say that. Probably get it now that I'm saying it, but normally, if we're going to get the bad winter, it's going to be by January, you know, towards the end of February, or mostly time. Last time we got the snow, I think it was in about the middle of January. or was it December? I don't know, December or January when we got it. We had ice storm too. That was horrible. Last winter we had a real bad ice storm. We had about an inch thick of ice on all the tree branches and everything. That was horrible. Trying to get around. In fact, I didn't. I waited till it started melting because I wasn't about to drive in that stuff. It was horrible. Anyway, I had applied quite a while back for the super broadcaster. And Stacy Klein told me, she says, well, you just got to keep after them and keep after them and keep after them. I've been writing them so much. Finally, they got back with me. And there's an update to it. I can fill out the stuff for the super broadcaster. However, I come to where I put my email address in and it wouldn't take it. They said, well, that's not what you have on file. I thought, yes, it is. So I emailed them back because they had sent me an email on my computer. And I emailed them back and I says, this is the email I use all the time. And it's not letting me put it in. So I don't know what's going on. I'm going to have to start all over again. But I got to all the tax information and got everything filled out, and it wouldn't accept my email. I don't know what's up unless there was a glitch in it or something. But it sounds to me like I'm going to get approved for it. I hope so. Because I broadcast. I told them I broadcast almost every day. You know. And I seem to be getting more than I really need. It's the replays sometimes I have a hard time getting. But that one on the brownies, I had over 200 replays on that one. And I think they're probably still coming in yet. The last I knew it was 214 when I saw it, and there probably been a lot more since then. But I know Alexis gets a couple hundred on hers sometimes. So, and I noticed that she didn't have as many in her Periscope this morning as she normally does. Her numbers were down. But you know, that's the way it goes sometimes. You get a lot one day, and the next day you don't get very much at all. You know, my numbers were down yesterday from the day before, when I had over 1,000 the day before. But, you know, that's the way it goes. I'm just thankful that I had as many people as I did have. You know, you just have to take each day as it comes. But anyway, what's everybody's weather doing right now? Are you cold? Are you snowy? And now I know my daughter, she's got snow coming. She's got 1 to 3 inches of snow coming. My grandson just left there this morning. He was visiting for a day with his brother so he could play with him and stuff. And he has a 7-hour drive back to Iowa. So I hope he makes it back before the snow hits. But anyway, I hope your weather's good. Now, I hate to ask Alexis how warm it is there, because I can imagine it's in the 70s there in Georgia. Oh, it's raining and 57. Well, it isn't as warm today as it has been, Alexis. Still, that's not bad, though. That's mild weather. That's real mild. So you ought to be thankful for that you got mild weather. We're in the 40s. Oh, yeah, it's colder for you today than normal. Yeah, it really is. We're like I said, we're only in the 40s here. So and it was starting to rain earlier. Oh, no, he just left from a friend's house. He's going into the snow. I thought when he left your house this morning, this is a pressure cooker. It's on pressure cook right now. This is like the Instant Pot. Only it's from Pampered Chef. They call it the quick cooker. They cannot use the words Instant Pot because that is a conflict of interest. The name has already been taken. So they had to give it a whole new name. And I do like this name. In fact, this is a much better pressure cooker than the Instant Pot. Because as you can see here, this has got 16 different presets on it. Don't particularly use them all the time. Use manual most of the time, or custom on here, or manuals on the Instant Pot. But I can give you a little bit of idea. It's got sear on it. Then it's got steam, a slow cook, proof, and that's for bread. You put that in the oven afterwards. This has got chicken and poultry. Let's see, beef and pork, fish and seafood, soup and stock, and let's see, white rice, brown rice, and whole grains. That's exactly what it's got on it. Let me step away for a minute. I had to open up the door and get a little air in here. It's a little stuffy, but it's got all those settings on it. Now, when I made that brown rice pilaf yesterday, I used the brown rice setting because that's what they said to do. Most of the time, I just use a custom setting. A lot of people do. Even on the Instant Pot, you got your different settings like porridge and different things like that. They don't even use them. They just use a manual setting because you can change the time that way. And I do whatever the recipe calls for. The recipe calls for to use the manual setting. Well, it's the custom setting on here. And then just change the time. It was 30 minutes, and I just lowered it to 10. You know, you do whatever the recipe calls for. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, her link is in. Yes, if anybody's interested in anything, Alexis's link is in the profile. And I want to promote my daughter's party. It's going on right now. Her and her sister-in-law are having a virtual Pampered Chef party right now through Facebook. And trying to get some sales so she can get some free stuff. So if anybody wants to buy anything, buy from her party because it's going on till Sunday. Hi, Jason. Good to see you. So if you need anything, then just this is the time to get it. When I got this, for those that may not know, this is a normal $200 and well the one by itself with just the steam rack is $240. I got the one for $285 because it has the accessories. It has your springform pan and it has the ceramic pot. It was supposed to come with a steam rack, but it wasn't in there. So I turned around and I bought a steam rack through Amazon, which is similar to what they have for it anyway. And I know this fits because I tried it the other day to see if it would work. So I've got a steam rack for the bottom. Because you can do two things at once. Because you have to have a steam rack in there if you want to set your ceramic pot or your springform pan on. You can't put it directly on the bottom of your the stainless steel pot. You're not supposed to. But anyway, yep. She's telling you right there where the link is to join their party. It's in it's in her Alexis's profile. And if anybody's interested in being a consultant, you're interested in hosting a party, or you're just interested in buying Pampered Chef, just give Alexis a jingle, or don't call her, or you can email her, or you can text her or whatever, and let her know that you're interested because on her profile, all the information is there, and she will get you started. I don't even remember how I got started with her. All I know is I'm real happy that I got started with her, and I'm staying with her. She's a great gal, and she doesn't push anything on you. She will let you make up your own mind. She only sells you stuff that she knows that you're going to use. Now, yesterday when I was trying for my 50% off, I wanted to get those 2 stoneware bowls. Hi, Cheryl. Good to see you. And she says, well, how about the cookie press? And I thought, yeah, that makes more sense because the cookie press, I make a lot of cookies. It would sure make it a lot easier to put them on the sheet than the way I do it. So yeah, so I'm getting the cookie press, and I'll save the bowls for maybe next month during my party or down the line somewhere. Anyway, but I suggest if you want to be a consultant or you want to host a party, just get in touch with Alexis, and she will get you started. For those that may not know, I'm hosting a party comes March 17th to the 24th. I hosted one in January, which turned out to be a real good party, over $1,000 in sales, and I got $430 of free stuff, which I was having so much fun going through the catalog. Next month, I can't guarantee it's going to be as good, but you never know, because we go through my Facebook group, and everybody knows me in there, so it makes it a lot easier. So when I go through Facebook like that, she has games on there, and we participate in those games. I've been trying to follow the games that she's been posting up there, and my daughter's been posting up there. Oh, you still need 3 of them. Yeah. I'm trying to. I know because I know I have to save up $40 because that's automatic for host of the month. Because I didn't know how that worked, but the host of the month you have to spend $40 to begin with. I think 5 spend $40 to get you right to your 200. So that makes it. That's true. That's true because of the double rewards. You're right, dear. I did. But with the double rewards, that is a good thing to have. You know, there was a lot of good double rewards last month. And this month, I think it's the stoneware. Next month, it'll be the rock crock. So I don't know if I'll get the rock crock or not. I'm thinking about it, but... yeah, this thing is trying to come to pressure right now. It's coming up. It hasn't got all the way up there to the top yet. I'm watching it. It's coming. But anyway, if you're interested, then just contact Alexis, and she'll set you up, because she's not going to try to sell you. Oh, yeah, I see you did. Thank you for that, sweetie. I see you muted him. Don't, and let Alexis set you up. But she can set you up to be a host or be a consultant or whatever you want. I don't know how Alexa started out being a consultant, but she's a very good consultant, you know. And I've there it just reached the pressure, as you can hear, stopped hissing. Anyway, I had never hosted a party before last month. I was a little hesitant to do it, and I thought, well, Erlene had problem trying to get sales, and I wondered, am I going to have the same problem as her? But she said, well, Karen, you've got friends that really know you, so you shouldn't have no problem at all. Well, the first day or so was a little rough because I didn't get anything the first day, which I guess is normal anyway. But after that, it started picking right up. Oh, you got a PC box delivered. Is that the stuff you've been waiting for, Alexis? Because I know you didn't have everything yet. Or is that more pamphlets again, more magazine, more... Oh, that's the... Getting a Pampered Chef box is so exciting. It really is. Because, especially if you're not sure what's in it, or if it's something you're anticipating waiting for. Like, when I got my Pampered Chef box, I knew some of the stuff I was getting, but I didn't remember everything until I got into it and started opening the stuff up. And I says, oh, yeah, I know what this is. Oh, it's a good box. Oh, good. Good. I'm glad that's a good box. Because you've been needing one of those. So it's probably something that probably the new products again, huh? Because I know there's a lot of new products coming out next month. And by me hosting a party next month, there might be something of the new products that I might want. Now, I did see that you were using those, I believe they were the egg things that you used the other day to put your key lime things on. That seems kind of cool to be able to use that to make those key lime things and sit it in the bottom of your pot. Oh, you have 2 more boxes after that one? Oh, wow. So I may start ordering some of the accessories for the quick cooker. I'm definitely going to get the seals, because the seals are very important. You need to, because I don't want anything I make a dessert for the savory smell to come on that dessert. So I would like to have one, and I like the fact they're colored. You could choose whichever one you want for dessert and whichever one you want for savory, you know, and just save it for that. That's what I want to do. So I'm definitely going to get those. But I know your seals normally don't wear out that fast. They're good for, you know, they said several months to several years, which is really amazing that they last that long. I suppose it depends on use too, normal use. But I've used this quite a bit already. But I did see somebody on YouTube. Well, I think it's the Quick Cooker 101, where they talked about the seal. That if your seal, you know, because we know that the heat will expand your seal and it doesn't fit right because it's too big. They say you can put it in your freezer for a few minutes and that shrinks it down. They said either that or get a different seal. You know, I did not know that when I used my old pressure cooker. I didn't know that. Well, I learned something, because that's what I'll probably do. Just get the seal and put it in the freezer and do it that way instead of changing the seal, because I don't want to change the seal that often. However, eventually it has to be replaced. I was watching a gal on YouTube yesterday. Her seal was clear, but it's almost like a brown color now. She's really used it a lot, and I suppose she's probably done a lot of beans and it stained it. You can wash it and everything, but you can't get those stains out. So she's probably eventually going to have to replace it. But you know something? It still fits, I guess, and she still uses it. And in fact, this woman, I couldn't believe it. She's got 3 of the Instapots right now, and she's got another one coming. I'm thinking, what in the world are you doing with 4 of them? But I guess she wants to fix 4 different things. Yeah. But, you know, that's something. Some people must have a lot of money to burn, I guess. You know, not me. I got this quick cooker, and that's all I need. I don't need 2 or 3 of them, you know. It does everything I need it to do and then some. But there are some people like that. I don't understand it, but, you know, I don't question them anyway. But I have been watching a lot of YouTube videos on the Instapot, getting recipes off of there, getting them off of Pinterest, watching how they make things. I've also been doing YouTube videos on some of the Pampered Chef products, like the sandwich maker. That ceramic thing in the morning, that once you put eggs in, I think the egg, whatever, that Alexis has used. I've watched videos on that. You know, those are quite interesting, letting you see how they're used, you know. And that chop and cut or whatever, that what my daughter was telling me about that. I like that one where, I don't know what the name of it is, Alexis, but you can put like little small tomatoes, like cherry tomatoes in it, and just take your knife and run across it and slice them in half. I saw that in there too, and I thought, well, I could probably use that sometime, you know, cutting stuff up real small for, you know, like soups or maybe a salad or whatever. Cut and close and chop or whatever it was called. I can't remember what the name of it is. I think you might know what I'm talking about. But they put some small tomatoes in there and they chopped them up real small. Oh, there's going now. And they chopped them up about in half, and then they, you know, they could put them in their salads. Now I do make salads once in a while. I didn't want to make a salad today because I'm just not hungry for a salad today. I have used the salad bowl about twice though, 2 or 3 times already. I love that thing. Alex did a good job when he got me that salad bowl because I try to keep the salad stuff on hand and use it. And I've got a lot of veggies in my refrigerator, and I thought, well, I might just as well go ahead and use some of my veggies. Oh, and I do have in my recipes, I have a recipe for making your vegetable broth out of the scraps of your veggies. Now, I could have been doing this a long time ago, but it's only until I watched Alexis do it that I knew that you could make broth out of it. But I've actually got a recipe for just 1 gallon bag. And mine's almost full. It's getting there. And I can show you, it's getting quite full. This has got quite a bit in it already. See, I touch it, keep filling it and filling it and filling it. I'll probably put a little bit more in it. But this is a gallon bag, and then when I get this full, then I'll make the vegetable broth out of it. And I think it takes 8 to 9 cups of water. So I've got a recipe for that, so I want to do that. But you save all your, like your potato skins, you save your carrot peelings, you save your, you know, the ends of your celery, the ends of your carrots, and put them in your, those are your scraps, and make your broth from it. Now, I didn't save any onion peelings, nor did I save anything from the onion, because I think it would be kind of strong. I don't know if you do or not, Alexa, save any peeling. I usually just throw the peeling away from the onion. I suppose I could save it. Oh, you haven't saved potato skins? Huh. I think you probably could, though. You could try it. I thought, well, might as well try potato skins and see if that's going to work. It doesn't say just your veggie scraps, you know. Oh, you saved the onions but not the peels? Oh, okay. Well, I saved the potato skins, whether I should have or not, I don't know. But I'm going to try it and see. Because I've got a lot of stuff in there. I've got zucchini stuff in there, and I've got cucumbers and stuff in there, and of course carrots and celery, and so I'm kind of anxious to see how that's going to come out. If you can save yourself time and money by making it yourself, especially money, do it, because that's what I want to start doing. I've got a lot of broth sitting around, but if I can make it myself, I want to do that, because anything you make homemade is always better than what you buy in the store. Always. Red lentil with kale, another. Wow, that is amazing. That sounds so good. However, I'm a little on kale. I'm not too sure. Like Leslie Nance said, she doesn't do kale. That's kind of an acquired taste, kale is. I don't know, Alexis. I don't know what my thing says. Let me go and see if I can find it, and I'll see what it says, because it's got a special, I know it probably has a, let's see. I think I've got it in here, and I can look and see. Probably whatever it says. Let's see if I can find it. It's got potato soup in it as well. Let's see. I don't know exactly where it's at, but I know I was reading it a little bit this morning, and I didn't pay attention to the. And also did an applesauce the other morning, which turned out real good. I did me some steel cut oats this morning for breakfast in the Instapot. Oh, here it is. it says, it just says manual. So you don't really use the setting on it. It says use manual and you set it for 30 minutes. So is that about right? Because that's what it says. So that's, I suppose you could probably put, but it says just use the manual setting. I could use probably the stock setting. You know, sure you could use the soup setting on this too, but it didn't say to do that. So not everybody likes to use those presets. Presets are fun to have, though. It helps you cook it probably a little bit better, and you know what you're making. But you know, if it says manual or whatever, I just use whatever it says. You know, somebody, when I had posted my rice pilaf in the Quick Cooker Recipes Only Facebook page, and of course it got approved, and somebody says, was that a misprint for 23 minutes? He says, normally you don't cook rice that long. I says, no, it was in the quick cooking guide for the Quick Cooker, and it said 23 minutes. I don't think they took into consideration it had carrots in it too. So that's probably why it took a little bit longer to do it as well, because the carrots take a little bit longer to cook up. They're not going to cook up in just 4 minutes because they're a little bit harder. So that I says, well, it said 23 minutes, but you can see my rice was not dry. It had plenty of moisture in it, and I ate it all up yesterday, and it had plenty of moisture, so it wasn't dry. The steel cutouts I made this morning, it has a tendency, if I put enough water in it, but it wants to start burning at the bottom. So I'm not going to make it that too much because it's hard to get it just exactly right. But it did come to pressure, and it was only for 10 minutes. And they still tasted good, but still it's real hard to get those right. There was, what it is banana walnut steel cut oats. You put a little bit of maple syrup in there. You put walnuts in there. You put a banana in it, and it's really, really good. Oh, thank you. Welcome to Periscope for the very first time. So it actually tastes good. It's just that I wish it would come out a little bit better. The other day, I think it was one day last week, I made it too. And that day I was feeling okay, but for some unknown reason, I didn't pay attention to what I was doing on the quick cooker. So I decided, well, I'm going to set the thing, and I'm going to go out, walk my dogs, and come back. You know that stuff never reached pressure because I had the valve up high. I didn't push the lever to get it flat, so it never sealed. But it did cook anyway. You know, could have burned it at the bottom, but I come home and I tried to let the steam out, and there wasn't any. I thought, what the heck is going on? Then I realized, oh man, I didn't seal it. That's very easy to do. So I always make sure when I put this lid on, even before I put it on, that it's going to seal. That I have the button pushed and it's flat like it's supposed to be, because it's not going to seal if not. But what kind of made me laugh yesterday, Alexis, is that you put the lid on the first thing without the seal on it. If you hadn't seen that comment about the seal not being on there, you could have waited and waited and waited. It would have never come to pressure. I was sitting here laughing. You know, I thought, oh my goodness, you put that lid on there without the seal on it. You know, it's not going to pressurize. And then after you get the seal in there, then you couldn't get the lid on. And I'm thinking, that's not unlike you, Lexus. You can always get that lid on. But like me, you can see I was struggling a little bit too. You could turn it too far, and then it doesn't want to go on for you. So I guess it happens. But I was cracking up laughing. It was so funny that you tried 3 times and you finally got it. And it was so funny to watch that. But it did look good, though. So, you know, but if it's a good thing you saw that comment on the seal, because you're like me. We start working, you know, we don't pay attention to the comments, and you don't see when they come up on the screen. If you hadn't been looking up on the screen and seeing that at that time, you would have never known it, you know. I try to watch the comments when I can. I miss some too, but that's where I like the scrolling part. You can scroll up and you can get the comments that you missed. So that's what I do all the time, is get the comments that I missed, and hopefully if somebody else says something, I won't miss it the next time. Now I can stand here and look at your comments and see what you're saying, which is not coming through right now. Makes me wonder, I don't have that many people in here right now. But anyway, I do enjoy looking for recipes. Laura asked me this morning, Mom, you looking for recipes? I says, no, not right now. I'm going to let this sit for 10 minutes and natural, and then I'm going to release it. I'm going to set this. I'll set the timer on here so I can watch that instead of on the thing. Okay. There we go. Set it on there, then I don't have to watch it on here. But anyway, I'll release it after 10 minutes. But I do enjoy finding new recipes. Every time I go on there, there's new ones to be had. I mean, there's no limit to the recipes out there. And anything that you want. Of course, since I go on Pinterest, I look under vegan recipes made easy or plant-based foods made easy or whatever they might have. And see what I can make. See if there's something that people would want to see. I did see a broccoli stir fry that I want to try. It does sound really good, and I'd probably make that in my 12-inch skillet. But since I wasn't feeling the best today, and I was a little cold, I thought, well, I'm gonna make this soup because I know this soup is going to be very, very good. It's going to taste good. I'm sure it is. It looked good when I put it in there, and I could still smell the oregano. Wow, that sounds good. A roasted broccoli salad. Oh my goodness. I've never thought about that, roasting broccoli like that. Did you roast it in the oven or did you roast it on the stove or what did you do? Because I watched Alexis's replay this morning and she took those tomatoes and she cut them in half and then she put them on a baking sheet, the same baking sheet I have, and she put them in the oven. Oh man. Oh, you're roasting in the oven right now. Well, you know something? When you make a recipe the first time and it comes out just the way it's supposed to, you feel like you've accomplished something. I never know when I make some of my recipes how they're going to come out the first time. I hope they come out okay, but sometimes it's a little iffy if they're going to be okay or not. So, but you know, as I always tell my daughter, it's a little bit of, or tell Erlene anyway, it's a little bit of trial and error because you're not going to get it right the first time. If Alexis has made mistakes where things didn't work out for her, she's had blunders. And I don't feel so bad when I make blunders either, which I've made plenty of them. But that's the way you learn. You learn by doing. You correct it the next time so you don't make that same mistake again. So I do enjoy doing recipes. Like I said, there are some recipes that I wouldn't give you two hoots for because they look good on the surface, they sound good, but by the time you get them done, and I've had some that just did not taste good to me. And I thought maybe I had forgot an ingredient or something, but I didn't. I didn't forget an ingredient. It just didn't taste good from the beginning, you know. So I make sure when I check a recipe out, I check what the ingredient list might be and what it looks like on the picture. Say, well, that looks good. You know, like I said, they can look good, but they not be good at all. So I just discard those. I don't even bother doing those recipes. I won't do anything that, post anything up on Facebook that's not good or I wouldn't want somebody else to try. Because if you put them up there, people are wanting to try them. And I had somebody yesterday that said one of my recipes, I don't remember which one it was, had tried it once, or I tried it twice in the same week. Well, the recipe must be going over big if they can try it twice in the same week. Now, there are some most of the recipes I've done, I tweak them because they're not set in stone anyway. I change it up a little bit and make it my own. Like Alexis did this morning. She kind of made that her own. That's what you do. Make it your own. You don't have to make it exactly the way it says. Change it up. Put something else in there that you might want to put in there or leave something out that you don't want to put in there. That's what I do. If it calls for something that I don't want, I don't eat, I leave it out. That's it makes it your own that way. It makes it a lot more interesting anyway. There's a lot of good recipes out there, but there's a lot of bad ones too. Welcome to those coming in. Nola girl, welcome. There's a lot of recipes out there that, like I said, I wouldn't give you two hoots for. You know, anything with potatoes in it, anything with like garlic, onions, zucchini, cauliflower, broccoli, cucumbers, things like that. Those kind of recipes I will do because they're good, you know, because I love every one of those, you know. And it's funny, though. It's just recently that I started eating zucchini. And my daughter-in-law, she says, you never had zucchini before? Until I made that zucchini bread. And I says, no, I've never made it before. She says, well, I eat it all the time. I wasn't sure about it. I know it's from the cucumber family, but I had never tried it before. So then when I tried it, I liked it. Hi, Hugh. Good to see you. I've got my vegetable soup. I'm releasing the pressure on it for a little bit, and then I'll manually, and then you'll get to see it. But I couldn't believe it. It's really something. I kind of lost my train of thought. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. But you can make the recipes your own, and you could say, well, I made this. I made it my own, and I put my own little touch to it. That's what I like to do. Put my own little touch to it. Hi, Kydra, good to see you. Put your own little spin on it and make it your own. Oh, yes. Zucchini raw and sliced into salads. It's really good. You're right. And something else? Something I've never really eaten a lot of until lately was avocados. Now, some people will not eat avocados, but I love avocados. They are really good. So I'll take my lettuce salad, and I'll slice up an avocado and put that in it. That with tomatoes and cucumbers and maybe some radishes, but I don't really have radishes, but cucumbers and maybe some shredded carrots and shredded lettuce. It's really a good salad. I really enjoy making salads. I enjoy coming in here and making recipes for everyone to try, because I know that people love my recipes. They want to try them. They want to see how they're going to turn out. And when I post this up on Facebook, I will post it for the stovetop version as well, because people that do not have an Instant Pot will want to do this on the stove, and I will post it the way it is in my recipe book. Because you can do it the same way. You can do it in an Instant Pot, or you can do it on the stove. If you don't have an Instant Pot, feel free to do it on the stove. It just takes a little bit longer is all. This doesn't take too long to come to pressure, and it's just about done releasing naturally. And it's got a little more than 2 minutes to go. Releasing naturally, and then I can release it manually. See, people are coming in, and I wonder if they're freezing. I hope not. But anyway, it is fun looking for recipes and learning something new. Because when I learn something new, you learn something new too. Every time I watch Alexis and she does something, I say, well, I can do that. A lot of the recipes she has, I've been thinking to myself, well, can I make them vegan? Yeah, I probably could. And then she also says, well, you can make, Carolyn and Lynn can make these vegan if they want to. That's ideal, that we can make them vegan, And like I said, you don't have to be vegan to like vegetable soup, because I think everybody, vegans and non-vegans alike, love vegetable soup. With your carrots and celery and onions and garlic and potatoes and just all good stuff in here. Very good stuff. It's going to taste good. I know it is. My favorite soup is tomato soup. And I usually make that in the Vitamix because it doesn't take very long to make it. I just make one bowl, enough to eat right away. With the avocados diced, kind of small, lemon juice, and oh my, that sounds so good. That really does. Wow. See, you give me ideas now too. But I like I said, one of my friends here on Periscope got me a Pampered Chef salad bowl, cutting salad bowl, where I just put all my salad in the bowl, and I take the knife and I just cut through the slits and chop it up, and then I turn it a quarter of a turn or something, and then keep chopping it up several times until I get it small. Because your lettuce, because I don't use chopped lettuce or shredded lettuce, I just buy leaf lettuce, and then I like to chop it up. But it does a real good job, and I love the salads from there. I don't eat enough of them, but today I was hungry for soup. Vegan. I don't know what you mean. I don't know what that person means. I don't know if there was sarcasm or what it is, but I don't know really what you mean on that. But anyway, making recipes for hi April, good to see you. You'll get to see my vegetable soup when it comes out. I'm letting it go natural for 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna release it. Oh, it's got 21 seconds to go, so it's getting there. Like I said, I love making recipes for other people. Everything I make, I eat. If I don't eat it right away, I can freeze it up, because Sometimes it's more than I can eat at one time. And I know this vegetable soup is going to be so good. I'm definitely going to freeze this. I've got the stuff that I got from, okay, I'll shut this off. Okay, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to release this. I'll keep this on cancel. And I'm going to go ahead and release the steam out of here, and we'll see how much steam is in here. Let me turn this around. I want to get this so it doesn't get on my cupboards. Whoops. All right, I think that's good enough. You can see there's a lot of steam on there. There's a lot of steam coming out. And I know you can see it. A lot of steam. A lot. You can hear it too. There's a lot of steam in there. Just let it go and let it go out itself. And then I have to wait for it to go down, and then I'll take the lid off. I'm just going to stand back because I don't want to get burnt by the steam, so I'm just standing back until it gets done. Glad people are coming back in. I see Alexis came back. It's still up yet. Why, there was a lot of steam in there, too. There was a lot. Even though I released it naturally for 10 minutes, there was a lot of steam in there. So, it's still not done yet. It's still coming. Look. Still coming. Wow. So, it's just about ready to pop down, and as soon as it does, then I can take the lid off and I can show it to you. I gotta get it completely emptied. Get it all emptied out, so then I can. If you don't, like I said, if anybody wants this, just talk to Alexis or get one through Laura's Pampered Chef Party. I know she wants to get it herself. I'm glad I got it for $200 or $114. I wouldn't have it if it weren't for that, because I got 60% off. Okay, now it just went down. Okay, now move this around. Got the handles on the bottom. Okay, now I'm going to have to be real careful and take this off. Let the water get down back into the soup. Push that back down. Okay, now I'll get my stuff and I'll let you see it. You can probably see what it... Oh, link in her profile. All right. Okay. There is what the soup looks like. Doesn't that look... And I'll tell you, it smells delicious. It smells really good. This is going to be a good soup. Let me get my spoon. I don't have my spoon. I'll have to get a spoon out of here. And it'll really be good. Let me get my big spoon here. I'll use my ladle. Do this. Wow. That's nice. It's going to be really nice. Look at that. Wow. This is going to be a good soup. I better unplug this. No. Oh, no, sweetie. I'm so sorry. Was it Tristan? Oh, no. My daughter's got both of her boys home because they got sick at school. Well, the one got sick yesterday, and the other one, the older one, got sick this morning. So she had to go to school and pick him up. That's okay, sweetie. I understand. You gotta take care of them. That's rough. That's rough to have children and do that. Been there, done that. I know. I have my own 2 kids I had to deal with on that. So I'm going to take and move this back. See if I can put my... So, I know what I'm going to do. I'll put it back here, and then I'll get my... I'll get this off of here. Get my tray or my thing. Keep sitting on the darn... Keep sitting on the cord. Oh, there it is. There we go. Couldn't figure out which end it was up. Okay, and then I'll get my... And then I'll... Alright. Like that. Now I'll put this up, and then I'll sit it on here, and then you'll be able to see what it looks like. A lot easier. There we go. There we go. Now you can see it. Wow. Look at that. Doesn't that look good? A lot of good eating there, too. Let me tell you. A lot of good eating. And you can see it's really hot. I'm going to post this up on that Facebook page that for the quick cooker. Because there's a Facebook page, recipes only. I like to post my recipes up in there. And that's where they questioned me about my with the rice being on 23 minutes, because it normally takes 4, but it had more than just rice in it. So this really, I mean, wow. And this only had a cup or 4 cups of broth in it, and I put half a cup of water instead of 3.5 cups or 3 cups of broth and a cup and a half of water. I decided to put more broth in it than it called for, and just a half a cup of water because I like broth better. So doesn't that look good? Look at that. It just really, I mean, I have never really made my own vegetable soup like this, and I'm looking. Yep, here it is. Here it is. You can see it. It's sitting on my counter. It's ready. You can see it's ready right now. So I wouldn't be sitting up here if it wasn't ready. It's released and everything. It went down, and this is it's ready to go. It's ready to be eaten. This is my lunch today because I don't feel the best in the world. But this is nice. Look at that. Wow, look at that. Isn't that nice? You can see the carrots and the celery. Not as good as it could be. I'm not feeling the best. That's why I wanted to make me some vegetable soup today on my quick cooker, because I have had a poor day. I haven't been feeling real good. I've got a cold. I've got a dry, scratchy throat. And I think this will hit the spot because I love vegetable soup. Soup is good when any time of the year, but especially on days when it's cold or on the cool side and you're not feeling the best. I think I will. You know, this is going to really help. This is going to hit the spot. I won't have to worry about it. I know I'll feel real good. I'll probably eat a couple bowls of this because it looks so good. I mean, look at that. I can touch the top of it now, but look at that. Man, it's just everything that's good for you and stuff that you can have. Yes, it does. It is similar to the Instant Pot. It's got more settings than the Instant Pot has. It's a Pampered Chef quick cooker. Hi, Tammy. Good to see you. Welcome back. It's a hi, Nico. Good to see you. It's a Pampered Chef quick cooker, which means it cooks just the way the Instant Pot does. Every recipe that I'm doing now, with the exception of yesterday's, was for the Instant Pot. And the one yesterday was mainly for the quick cooker. But you don't have to settle just for the Instant Pot, because these recipes, the Instant Pot recipes, will work for the quick cooker, you know, depending on what size you have. This is, so do I, thank you. And this is the 6 quart, which is just right, because I don't need the 8. My daughter-in-law my son got her the 8 quart Instant Pot for Christmas, and that thing is huge. Of course, she does a lot of entertaining, too, so that's good for her. And she's got there's a family of 4, her and my son and the 2 kids, so in the entertaining, so she needs a bigger one. 6 quart is all I need on this, and this makes plenty. As you can see, this made a good meal for me. I mean, I'm going to love eating this, you know. Wow, I'm going to have probably several days meal on it, unless I'm real hungry for it and I want to eat it up. That probably won't be so possible, but anyway. See, it's really, you want to see? You know, there's what it looks like. Doesn't that look good? I can't pull it too far because I don't want to push it out. But doesn't that look good? That is the vegetable soup. And you don't have to be a vegan to like vegetable soup. I know it does, doesn't it? Oh, and I'm sure it's going to taste good too. I mean, it's going to make me feel better because I've got a cold, and when I don't feel well, something like this hits the spot. I know, doesn't it? Yes, it does. And when you make it yourself, it's much better than buying it in the store. Like I said, Alexis made a roasted tomato basil soup this morning on her Periscope. That absolutely looked delicious. Homemade is always better than what you buy in the store. Always. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, it's fresh. You're right. Because you've made it yourself. You put tender, loving care in it. And you put in what you want, and stuff that you don't want, you leave out. Now, I didn't have the fresh parsley that this called for. I left it out because I didn't have that. But hi, Mama Moses, good to see you. This is my vegetable soup, in case you didn't see it. I'll hold this up so you can see. This is my vegetable soup. It looks really good. Oh, wonderful. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. That is amazing. God's really going to bless you for that one. That is fantastic. You know, I come in here doing this and learning new recipes so I can help others because people love my recipes. Yeah, I know. It does look better than Campbell's, doesn't it? Oh, thank you, thank you. Well, my spirit could be a little bit more upbeat today. I'm just not feeling the best, but I'm here. I decided I wasn't going to skip out on Periscope because I needed to do it because I wanted to make this vegetable soup because it looked so good when I saw the recipe, and I thought, I'm going to make that. I know I can do it. And the Instant Pot makes fast work out of it anyway, or the quick cooker. Oh, yes. Thank you for doing that. That's amazing because God blesses anybody that helps other people. You know, and this is not hard to make. I'm going to post this up on my Facebook vegan page. If you don't know what that is, just go to Karen's Vegan Heaven. And I know, Alexis, I need to get Linktree. I'm working on it. The name Karen's Vegan Heaven is what Alexis came up with. So, and that name stuck. But you can go in there and ask to be approved for as a member. And I post recipes in there quite often, several times a week sometimes. So go in there and try any of the recipes that you want. I have them all written out. I have a picture of the finished product. They're all written out so that you can try any one of the recipes that you choose to. Erlene comes in there and posts some in there too. She does a lot of desserts. She does a lot of things like this. So you feel free to try any of the recipes that you choose. They're not set in stone, so make them your own. If there's something I put in my soups that you want to leave out, like if you don't like carrots or you don't like celery, I don't know who would hate those, but there might be somebody who might not like them, but then leave them out. Oh my, Pakistan, welcome. Then leave them out. But this has got onions in it, it's got garlic in it, it's got carrots in it, it's got celery, it's got diced tomatoes, and it's got onion powder in it, it's got oregano, it's got thyme, it's got salt in it, it's got 4 cups of vegetable broth and half a cup of water. So I put more vegetable broth in it and less water than what it called for. That's where I made it my own because I like more broth than water. I think, to me, broth makes the soup taste better than water anyway. Oh, yeah, I know. It does sound so good, doesn't it? But broth makes a soup taste so much better than water does anyway. Oh, thank you so much. Like I said, I'll post this up on Facebook. And there's a quick cooker group that I belong to that makes recipes, and I'm going to do that too. It's similar to the Instant Pot bowl. This is actually from Pampered Chef. It's called a quick cooker. It does the same features. Well, it works the same as, I should say, it works the same as an Instant Pot. It doesn't have the same features because it's got more. But it works the same as an Instant Pot. It has a slow cooker in it. You can sear. Anybody uses meat, which I don't use meat, but people that are not vegans that want to use meat, you can sear your meat. You can sear some things if the recipe calls for it, because it helps it come up to pressure quicker. And then sometimes you quick release it, sometimes you don't. But it's similar. It's just like an Instant Pot. It's just got a different name to it. It's called the Pampered Chef Quick Cooker. It's a nice product to have from Pampered Chef. The one by itself with just the steam rack is $240. I got the one that's $285 because I got the ceramic pot, and I also have the springform pan that you can make cakes and stuff in. And you know, I put potatoes and stuff in the ceramic pot. I got that one so I can do extra. You could put a couple meals. You could put like rice at the bottom, potatoes on top, or whatever. I wanted to be able to do that, so that's why. But I didn't pay $285 for this. I only paid $114 because I got 60% off because I hosted a Pampered Chef party last month, and there was 60% off for the host rewards, and I went for it. Why not? I mean, I've been wanting this. I had my eye on it for the longest time, and I thought if I can get it for $114, I'm going to go for it, and I did. And I'm so glad I did because it's been a blessing. I've used it not every day since I've had it, but most of them. just almost. I used this is twice today because I had some steel cut oats I made for breakfast this morning. I didn't scope that or show that or anything, but made those for breakfast, and now I'm using it again. So I might just use it once a day, might use it maybe 2-3 times a week. It just depends. But I love it because it does everything I want it to do. I think I'm going to have to go in a little bit because I want to eat this while it's still warm because I've got a cold and I think it'll do me some good. But I thank you all for coming in and sharing this out and being here. I hope I get to feeling better tomorrow. If I'm not, I'll let you know, and I'll probably scope and say that I won't be coming in to do a cooking scope. But in the meantime, I will try. I sure will. I think this will help. So in the meantime, take care. God bless. And until we meet again, bye-bye.